Hello everyone, welcome back to ReZero. Last time we left off, we were finding people in a garden, and now we need to go to the Royal Captain of Lagunica, I think. Or Royal Capital, whatever. You know what I realized? I don't think they let you go to other places here, because I intentionally tried to go to one of the places here, but it just like gave me like a box that I couldn't go out of. Yeah, it's not like I'm worried about the village or anything, but we need to head to the Royal Capital for now. And it's like, nope. We'd be making a big detour, unless we have a good reason to go there. We should take the quickest route to the Royal Capital. I want to see the trader's leader, but we should go to the capital first.
Sorry, Rem. There's somewhere I want to stop before we get to the capital.
Not a problem. The Leaf House plains are along the way, so we shall make our stop there before we continue to the Royal Capital.
Oh shoot, that was not my intention. I thought they would just tell me nah.
Subaru, are you sure we don't need to hurry to the Royal Capital?
Oh, sorry, Rem. But there is something I need to check first.
I know it's slight inconvenience, but I asked Rem to stop the dragon carriage for a moment so I can get a good look at the highway.
Timeline has shifted a bit, but the location is still somewhere around here.
I look around with that thought in mind, but I don't see any dust clouds anywhere. I don't hear anything out of place either. The last time and the loop before that, everything went down here in that incident where we fought the dust bandits. I mean,
maybe it won't happen this time?
I take some time and try matching the scenery with that I remember, but I don't see any traders or bandits fighting one another. We're late because of the spy holding us back, but it's hard to imagine two big groups ending a fight in a short amount of time. In other words,
it's just like when I had Rem and Rom scout out the highway beforehand.
The fight that was supposed to break out at the time didn't. It carried over to the following day. And it didn't happen this time either. Comparing the last two times and this time, the difference has to be...
Is it because Emilia isn't with us?
Ooh, it sounds absurd, but saying it out loud makes me believe that just may be the reason. Last time it happened on the third day. The time before that, it happened on the second day. Emilia was with us both times, and this time it's not happening because Emilia isn't here. If the Dust Bandits' movements are planned out, then their true target must be Emilia, but that's...
Did that spy have something to do with it? Was he talking to one of the Dusk Bandits?
That's pretty good deduction, Subaru.
I just don't understand this. They were attacking those traders, so they couldn't have known we were heading toward them.
Or could they? Unless the Dust Bandits are made up of rejected actors to act so surprised to see us raining on their parade was a total accident. In that case, it's more like...
The Dusk Bandits were pawns to gauge Emilia's fighting prowess?
Ooh.
Was their objective to gauge how well Emilia can fight?
It's hard to say, or it's hard to think of any other reason to attack her like that, and since they did...
I'm almost certain that spy is part of the witch cult. They're so meticulous.
I don't really have much time left. I have to recruit as many allies as I can for Emilia while in the Royal Capital. I mean, that's pretty justified thinking though. With that in mind, it sucks that I won't be able to meet those two again. Yeah, when are they gonna come back into the story? They only just became our friends too. I would be thrilled if they joined us as allies.
Things don't always go the way you hope them to. We only met last time because of the situation we were in. Never thought I'd actually be saying that I wanted to see those Dusk Bandits. Compared to the cultists, they're way better to deal with. Then again, they're all bad guys in the end.
We waited a bit longer, but Salam and Puka never passed by. Aww, man. Yeah, so now we just need to go straight to the Royal Capital. What if we just go back? No, we can't go back to Roosevelt Mansion. Yeah, alright, let's go to the Royal Capital.
Are we ready to depart now, Subaru?
Yeah, we're good. Let's make our way to the Royal Capital.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't remember making any promises to you a month back.
I get that, but it just makes me so sad every time you say it.
Oh, Subaru.
What do you mean? You've been here before. Sorry, didn't mean to make you feel bad.
Oh, dude.
I've come here over 10 times by now. But for you, this is only our second encounter.
Subaru, you're just gonna say all that shit in the open?
And we're practically strangers. How am I supposed to recognize you?
With that, the shopkeeper glares at me with his tough-looking scarred face. If you've never met him before, he looks pretty menacing, but this guy is a really good person at heart, so there's actually nothing to be afraid of.
You heard him, Subaru. We shouldn't distract him from his work any further.
I understand, Rem, but look around us. No one else even dares to come close to his stall. You can hardly call him busy.
I mean, I wish I could see
You
that.
little... Ooh. If you're just gonna screw around, then go somewhere else.
I'm not screwing around. I'm here for a perfectly good reason, even if you don't remember.
What do you keep going on about? What is it you want, anyway?
I promised you I'd come back as a customer. So I'm here to buy some appas.
Oh, so you really are a customer, eh? I thought you were just being a thorn in my side for no reason.
You're such a kidder. I'll have Rem here turn these appas into delicious baked snacks. So, give me 10 of them. Also,
Sure thing. Thanks for the business. What else did you want?
I want you to deliver a message to Old Man Ram.
Huh? You know the old man?
You don't have to be so suspicious. He helped me out one time while I was here in the capital. I wouldn't ask you to relay a message to him if I didn't know the guy beforehand, right?
Subaru.
Guess so. Well, alright then. What do you want me to tell him?
Reinhardt has what he's looking for. He should know what I mean.
Alright, we got that settled in the dust. The meeting to explain why the royal selection's been delayed will happen with or without Amelia in the royal capital. Felt and Melty will make their debuts as candidates. There's a good chance Felt will drop out if Old Man Ram doesn't barge in and get captured. That'd be exactly what the imposter wants. I can't just let that happen no matter what. The royal selection can't just start because any 5 people gathered in the royal castle. They have to have the proper rights and goals to compete with one another. I mean, I hope Amelia can do it.
Coming out on top with all that considered would be the best scenario. I'll take care of any problems that come our way. But for now...
Subaru, I'm going to reserve an inn. What will you do?
Let's see... I gotta go somewhere. So, I guess we'll part ways and...
Very well. Then I shall accompany you.
No, that wouldn't be efficient. We don't really need to stick together.
No, I am going with you. I made a promise with Master Roswell and Miss Amelia.
Okay, Rem,
You're
it's fine.
super assertive today. I guess it's okay then. Not like I have any reason to refuse.
In fact, no one knows what might happen now. The attack on the royal capital shifted from when I thought it was originally going to occur. It's actually much better if we stick together. I wouldn't have to worry about anything in that case.
Okay then, let's go together.
Great. So, where are we going?
About that, I want to go to church and say a few prayers.
Ew, we're gonna meet Melty, Tiga, and
This is
Sakura.
the church. What did you say you needed from here?
Well, actually, I'm not here to pray. I need to meet with the people inside.
I stick out my chin while I look the church over, with Rem also looking at the building.
Now that I think about it, this will be my first time meeting Melty.
The encounter happened after she heard the news about us defeating the Dust Bandits. She was among the group of people welcoming us back into the capital. She blended in with the crowd considering how she looked so plain, but this time around we didn't defeat the Dust Bandits, so naturally we weren't going to give a big welcome and didn't get a chance to meet Melty.
Gotta be careful what I say in front of her. This is the first time we're meeting after all.
Again,
Is something the matter, Subaru?
no one hears Subaru's outmost thoughts. It's so
No,
weird.
it's nothing. By the way, is this the church that worships the Holy Dragon?
I'm not too familiar with this church, but I believe it is. Lagunica reveres the noble dragon Lord Volcanica due to our covenant. This church was built to honor that.
Ah, Lord Volcanica in Lagunica?
You mean this is how they express their thanks to the Holy Dragon?
I believe so, though I am not too pious myself.
Still, there are a lot of people around here who are.
I say that's pretty natural. Basically, the dragon is like a god in this world, but its existence has been proven. Unlike the gods who don't meddle in the affairs of the world even when their followers pray, the dragon apparently does offer its help. Aww.
Taking that into consideration, I can understand why they like to cling to it so much. Maybe I should convert.
I think that would be wonderful. The doors to the church are always open.
Ah, that voice.
Oh, I'm sorry to sneak up on you. I am a nun in this church.
And you couldn't pass up the chance to recruit another potential parishioner, eh?
That's right. I was only appointed here recently, so I'd like to get along with the citizens of the royal capital, but things don't often turn out as well as you hope.
Oh, really? That's, unexpected.
I think back to the get-together we had and how she acted at the church. She was always surrounded by people, so I never thought she'd have trouble getting along with everyone. In any case...
If it's okay with you, can we talk inside?
If you have the time to spare, that is. I don't mind one bit. Please, come in. Tiga! Tiga, are you there?
Yes, I'm right here. You sure came back in high spirits, Mel. Did something... Oh,
Hey, bestie. You seem to be doing well.
Subaru? What are you doing here?
Weren't you the one who told me you worked at this church? Since I came to the royal capital, I thought I'd pop by for a little visit.
We only just met. What a quick reunion this is.
Huh? You two already know each other?
Yes, I am surprised as well. You were one of the messengers who came to the manor yesterday, right?
Messenger. Oh, so you two are just like me. A royal candidate.
Mel!
Huh? Oh,
Tiga puts a hand to his forehead while Melty quickly covers her mouth, but it's too late. Melty totally lets her tongue slip, exposing who she truly is. Then again, only Rem and I are here to hear it.
Royal candidate. Then this nun is the last candidate to be revealed.
Subaru and Rem, was it? Please don't misunderstand. There's a reason Mel is hiding her identity for the time being, and that's...
Because the Council of Wise Men told her to keep quiet?
That's right. You're a sharp one.
Heck yeah, we
It's pretty
are.
obvious once you think about it. Especially by process of elimination. I guess it's also possible that some higher up in the church would want you to keep quiet.
But as for the Council of Wise Men, they're far more concerned about the identity of the fake candidate. This is their first precaution. Knowing about Melty's existence in and of itself would put me in the forefront of potential imposters. Pretty unreasonable, but... we're just gonna talk about it?
Huh?
Huh? How what?
I'm sorry, but please keep this a secret.
So, you want me to lie for you, is that it?
Huh? That wasn't my intention.
Subaru, you should not tease a royal candidate like that. We are here as representatives of Miss Amelia. We must act accordingly.
Yeah, I know. Let's start over then, shall we?
Start over?
My name is Subaru Natsuki, and she's Rem. What's your name?
Yes, I am Melty Pristis. It's so nice to meet you.
Priestess? Priestess? It sounds like priestess, man. Like, come on.
Sheesh, you were really good at calming Mel down back there. Are you actually a ladies' man?
Tiga blurts this out after we move into the dining area.
You think I'm a ladies' man? Don't be ridiculous. If I were good at dealing with women, I wouldn't be running so many circles around Mealy. I haven't made any progress with her.
It is true. Subaru is not at all a ladies' man. Rem finds that quite adorable.
Aw.
I can't deny that, even if it does sting a little.
That's not really something to be proud of.
But you two seem to hold a great deal of trust in one another. You must have a wonderful relationship.
You're right about that. But it's more like how you and Tiga are so trusting of one another.
I see. Of course, I'd appreciate it if Mel shared the sentiment.
Oh no, you've got it all wrong. Tiga is only with me because we're childhood friends.
Osana Najimis? What a twist!
Ah, childhood friends. I see now. So that's how you know each other.
After hearing that revelation, I figured out the secret to their relationship. I've always thought these two seemed to be rather close. Now that I know they're childhood friends, I'm convinced, but...
So, you've been connected at the hip since childhood, huh? You must have it pretty hard, Tiga.
I'm glad you picked up on that. I've been struggling for many years now. I'd like my perseverance to be commended every now and then.
What? Men to men. Melty's reaction to Tiga's strife is concerning. Now I just feel sorry for him.
Before I go on, here's a gift. I thought it'd be rude if we showed up empty-handed.
Wow, thank you. These appas look delicious.
I hand over the appas, and Melty's lips form a big smile as she receives them.
I'm sure that scary-looking shopkeeper would be happy to know how much you like these.
I'll cut these up later and enjoy some with Tiga.
If we had more time, I would have wanted to have Rem bake you something sweet instead.
A dessert made from appas. If you'd like, Rem can still fulfill your request, Subaru.
Well, we can save that for another time. So, I hope you look forward to it.
Wonderful.
By the way, what did you want to speak to us about? You're being awfully friendly here. Are you plotting something?
That's pretty rude. Melty was the one who exposed herself to us. I haven't done anything.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Mel, don't take it the wrong way. There really isn't any other way to put it. But I do hope you'll be more careful from here on out.
That wasn't very consoling.
Now then, Subaru. Master Tiga seems to be wondering as well. But about the reason we came here.
Since we're in town, I thought we'd say hi to a few of our acquaintances. But things are a little different now, knowing Melty's a royal candidate.
Meaning...
No need to worry. That just means we can be on friendlier terms with one another.
Do you mean to say that Miss Amelia and I will be allies? I think that's a wonderful idea.
Yeah, I agree. It's better to have more friends than enemies after all.
Subaru, you sound so sus,
What's to live
though.
by? But you could also say that incompetent allies may be more harmful than a competent enemy.
Ooh. As he says so, Tiga glares right at me. I sit up straight and I sit up straight at his intense stare. Tiga seems to be a bit more wary of me than last time. Could it be due to how I found out about Melty's situation? But I'm not the one at fault here, so I don't know how to respond to that.
I don't doubt that. I want you to take a good hard look at me and judge that for yourself. I don't want to be seen as incompetent, but I wouldn't exactly say I'm all that competent either. I like to think I'm somewhere in the middle.
I see. I understand. You seem like the hard-working type. You're already running all over the royal capital spreading around that idea.
I wouldn't say it like that. Like I said earlier, I just want to have as many allies as possible because you never know where enemies may be lurking. Danger can come at a moment's notice, whether it be political rivals, assassins, or even bandits.
Bandits, huh?
I completely agree. We should always help each other when we're in
They're all
need.
so nice. Oh my gosh.
Exactly. If it ever came down to it, I'd like for you to help us out. That's why I'm bribing you with those appas.
I just accepted a bribe?
Melty's panicked look puts a smile on my face, though I am a little uncomfortable with how off-putting the situation seems. It could be that Melty's camp was the friendliest toward us in previous loops. Melty's attitude hasn't changed in that sense, but maybe it is because I went to the church too early, or there was an issue with my demeanor, because Tiga seems to be strangely wary of me. But there's no point in worrying about that, what's already unfolded. I just have to be careful when I talk to the other candidates. I also hope Tiga and I can talk like we used to. No, I'm glad you're trying new things, Subaru. I'm just watching you try new things. Okay, shit happens, same thing, right? We can talk to Cruce. Or do we?
You are quite late. I was worried something may have happened along the way.
I'm terribly sorry, Miss Cruce. And unlike what was previously discussed,
Miss Amelia isn't with Mew. And after Miss Cruce took the time to meet Mew in person, that doesn't make Mew look too good, Mew now.
I apologize once more.
We just arrived at the mansion and Rem is already bowing her head in apology to Cruce and Ferris. The reason it turned out this way is because our schedule fell behind when we visited the church. Not to mention that Amelia isn't with us, and since I made the call on both of those points...
I'm the one at fault here, not Rem. I made a slate, and Amelia isn't here because of me.
From what I gather, you must be the one mentioned in the letter. I believe your name was...
Subaru Natsuki. I'm sorry for being so disrespectful.
The letter she mentions is the one Roswald sent to Cruce prior to the meeting just now. The contents of this letter mention a request to have my gate treated as well as to look after Amelia.
Regarding your treatment, I have prepared for the best healing mage in the kingdom to look after you. As for the conditions of accepting the arrangement, we have already come to an agreement with Margrave Mathers. But there is still one issue to address.
Yeah, Amelia isn't here. As she says so, Cruce turns to look at me. Based on my past experiences with her, I sense that she wants to bring up something that would be difficult to discuss with me here.
Don't worry, Cruce. I have a letter from Roswell explaining my role in this. Rem and I are official representatives of Amelia.
I see. I will take a look.
I love the understanding of Cruce, though. I hand over the letter I'd been keeping in my pocket. Cruce reads it through rather quickly,
I
then...
must ask you one thing, Subaru Natsuki.
Yes?
It is true the Margrave wrote this letter expressing that you are his and Amelia's representatives. However, this letter is not but mere paper. You must keep in mind responsibility lies upon the one who bears it. Do you understand the meaning of this? Are you prepared to take on that weight?
Cruce's overpowering aura as she asks the question makes me feel like it's burning me alive. All this pressure is making it hard for me to breathe. I try to sink my body down, but Cruce's intensity is unwavering. My lungs feel like they've collapsed. I'm at a loss for words as my voice catches in my throat. Yet this suffocating atmosphere, a fire of my own wells up inside me. Well, yeah, because obviously we're doing this so Amelia doesn't fucking die! The pressure, the fear, the despair I felt in that moment, nothing can overwrite that. A nightmare that washes everything to white and puts the world in an icy slumber. To overcome that.
I am prepared. You may not see it that way, but it's true. I'm ready.
Yeah, no, we've been through
I
this.
fully understand that my conviction can't be proven with that letter alone.
In the end, no matter what I say, nothing can describe what I've seen. If she thinks I'm just talking on my ass and assumes I'm lying, it'll be over. Very well.
I understand. I shall return this letter to you. I, too, recognize you and Rem as the Margrave's representatives.
Miss Cruce, are you sure?
I inquired about the strength of his resolve, and I am satisfied with his answer. Whether they can achieve any results is dependent on their actions and devotion to their cause.
I thank you for your kindness, Miss Cruce.
Do not thank me. I will fulfill your requests. Please await a formal reply tomorrow.
Ooh, she sounds cold.
Well then, you heard Miss Cruce. Hey, Subaru.
Huh?
Don't harm me. Keeping quiet like that is rude, Mew. No. Why aren't Mew more excited or rubbing your head on the floor?
Why would I rub my head on the floor? Anyway, I was just so surprised that I couldn't speak.
Time completely froze for me until Ferris spoke. I thought for sure I'd get eaten alive, but I managed to survive by holding my ground.
Your expression has changed. Now you look like a completely different person. Perhaps I misjudged you.
Wait, Crochet! You can't go back on your word now.
I am merely joking. I sense a powerful, sincere wind emanating from you. Although, it is a precarious one.
Is that a poem or something?
Subaru's like, what the fuck does precarious mean, Krush?
Never mind that. Now, I cannot go into great detail regarding the letter, but since you're here, you may as well stay for dinner tonight.
Since she was prepared to welcome Miss Amelia, it's a pretty nice setup.
Yeah, sorry about that. Oh, right.
Ferris' sarcastic remark reminds me to pull out a bag, which I show the two of them. They should already know what's inside.
This is my bribe. Please accept it.
I hand over the bag of appas as proof of our friendship. Dude, appas! Symbol of friendship. Loop 3, day 3. Oh, man. The next day, after having dinner at Cruchet's Manor.
Good morning, Mr. Subaru. I have come to get you.
Why does Cruchet's Manor look exactly like the inn we were staying at? What?
Wilhelm? You went out of your way to come here?
Today is the first day of your treatment as agreed upon. Ferris can be quite busy in a manner of speaking, so I was sent to fetch you.
The man bowing in front of me is Wilhelm, an associate of Cruchet's. In any case, this is the first time he's been sent to get me.
Is this because I was late yesterday?
I would not know. I merely came here as Ferris had instructed me.
That cute-faced little... So, Ferris is the type to hold grudges, huh?
That is Ferris's nature, and Miss Cruchet tends not to interfere.
Is that so? Oh, right. About what we were talking about yesterday.
There is no need to rush. Miss Cruchet is not one to heedlessly fret over such matters. I will not ask you to hold your breath, but instead that you please just wait a little longer.
Right. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Heeding Wilhelm's advice, I keep my expectations in check. Still, what he's saying makes sense. Unlike last time, Amelia isn't here with me, and at this point, no one outside of the involved parties knows why the royal selection has been delayed. That means I'm missing a key component to push Cruchet's decision along. The contents of Rosewell's letter had to do with establishing friendly relations between Amelia and Cruchet's camps. One could say that's something like an invitation to form an alliance. As for whether Cruchet will accept it or not, it's still too soon for her to give us a clear answer.
There isn't much time left.
It's frustrating, but I'm the only one who knows all this. But if I go on about a threat without evidence to back up all my claims, people will just dismiss me and call me crazy. The number of lives at stake is just far too great. I need to stay calm and keep the situation under control.
I feel like I'm slowly losing my edge.
Is something wrong, Subaru? If something is bothering you?
I don't know. I just feel like my humanity is about to deteriorate. Do you notice anything about the look in my eyes? It doesn't look worse than before, does it?
No, there is no cause for concern. Your eyes have always been very distinctive. Rem is always flustered when looking into them.
Oh, Rem! I'm so glad we're at the point where Rem, like, and Subaru are chilling instead of her being all mad and hating us.
I guess that's one way to put it.
Has there ever been like a Lego game based off anime? I feel like if there was like a Lego ReZero, I feel like that would do so well.
Pardon me, but will you be ready soon? I have a dragon carriage awaiting you, so please allow me to take you to the manor.
Oh, sorry. We're good to go.
Wait, oh no, I misspoke. So we are at the inn, and then Wilhelm is here to pick us up to go back to the manor.
Is it alright if I come as well? I'm worried about Subaru, and I would like to observe Master Felix's healing arts.
I don't think Ferris would mind, but are you also familiar with the healing arts, Miss Rem?
Yes, that is why I would like to see Master Felix the Blue at work.
I see. I admire how studious you are.
Thank you. Someone I know often injures himself, and I worry about his health.
You're quite a lucky fellow, Subaru.
Yeah, it really helps that everyone takes good care of me. That includes you too, Wilhelm.
You have interpreted my sentiment a bit differently than I intended, but very well. Let us make
He's
way
like,
for the
I don't
dragon
actually give a
carriage.
fuck about you, Subaru. With that, we get into the carriage awaiting for us in front of the inn and get taken to Cruchet's Manor for the first time since last night. Then, we get attacked? What?
Uncle! Uncle!
Jeez, Mew exaggerate too much. I haven't done anything that terrible to Mew, have I?
You think this isn't terrible? You're basically a doctor. Don't you understand how your patients feel?
What a mean thing to say. Fairy is hurt. Maybe I should tell I need to Miss Crochet.
Why you?
Bleh.
Tongue out, Ferris claps while dodging my spiteful gaze. Ferris's treatment is as usual, but it still feels like my insides were being mixed with a blender.
If I think about it calmly, my body resets every time I return by death, so the treatment will never be finished.
Meow, meow. No need to moan about it so much. These things are most painful in the beginning, so it will gradually ease up, meow.
Quiet, you! You're just adding insult to injury. I've had to go through that most painful part so many times already!
Huh? What do you mean? Has your gate been clogged many times before? Mew should have learned her lesson by now.
It can't be helped, but Ferris sees the world completely different from me, so our conversation isn't quite lining up. Well, yeah, Subaru, you can't just say your shit. Unless it's just so painful that he has to.
Well, aside from the stubborn Subaru, what about Mew, Rem? Did Mew learn anything useful?
Yes. Thank you for your consideration. It was a great learning experience. However,
Yes?
what you did so naturally was so advanced that it may be difficult for Rem to reproduce such methods. Perhaps I can manage an imitation of the key points at best.
Not even you can do it, Rem?
Seeing Ren's lack of confidence and disheartened reaction, I honestly can't help but be surprised, considering she was the one who healed my wounds before. Out of the members of Roswell's Manor, Amelia, Rem, and Beatrice are the ones who can use healing magic. Based on what I've heard, Amelia isn't very good at it, so really it's just Rem and Beatrice who are the two specialists.
Rem is nowhere near Miss Beatrice's level. Lord Roswell has taken the trouble of teaching me, yet I am still inadequate.
Wouldn't that make Roswell a bad teacher then?
He's just shit. I've been told he's an amazing magician, but they say many geniuses struggle with teaching things that can come easily to them.
Maybe Roswell is like that too. Like he just makes a bunch of noises when he tries to teach people things.
Mew sure say the craziest things, Subaru. Mew know that Margrave Mathers is the greatest magician in the entire kingdom and the head of the royal court magicians, right? Someone like that couldn't be bad at teaching others. Although, now this is just a rumor, but I've heard the Margrave isn't good at using healing magic.
Really?
Yes, it is true Lord Roswell is not proficient in healing magic. However, he has ordered textbooks for me starting from the most basic ones, and has been very thorough in his support.
Huh. That's kinda unexpected. Or maybe not.
Roswell is a free spirit who acts pretty nonchalant about everything, but there's no doubt that he cherishes Rem and Ram greatly. Some time ago, he reacted with anger when he lost Rem during the loop at the mansion. His attitude from that time proves it.
That's true. Have you and your sister known Roswell for a long time, Rem?
Yes, we've worked for him since we were little. Ever since our village was burned down.
That escalated quickly!
Maybe this has something to do with with what Ram had mentioned something in passing a while ago. She said her village was engulfed in flames.
Oh, Rem, I'm sorry.
It's quite all right. Rem has already come to terms with it. But you are very kind, Subaru.
If this is me being kind, I guess I set the bar pretty low.
Once Mew make up your mind on something, Mew lose sight of everything else. Though, Fairy understands how Mew feel. Fairy is head over heels for Miss Cruchet's noble character.
Speaking of that crochet that you love so much, how are things coming along since we last spoke?
Really, Meow, you're so hasty, Subaru. Don't Mew remember what Miss Cruchet said? She said she'll think about it, so just trust her and wait patiently. And don't worry, she'll treat Mew well.
Ugh, you and Wilhelm said the same thing.
Meow? Mew asked Old Man Will about this? Now Mew know how in sync we all are.
Yeah, I guess.
All I can do is face in the face of Ferris's amused laughter is nod along, a forlorn expression on my face. A combination of the discomfort that from having my insides stirred up and this inexplicable sense of fretfulness, and making abundantly clear that I'm anxious to do something about the situation as quickly as possible. I don't know how I feel about this loop. This
Now
loop
that we're
doesn't
finished
feel
with your
it.
treatment, we should unwind for the day and head back to the inn.
Not so fast, Rem. Do you remember what our goal is in coming to the royal capital?
I mean, to be honest, I do like the fact that we're just hanging out with Rem and
To
Subaru.
investigate why the royal selection has been postponed, as well as your objective to recruit more allies for Miss Amelia.
Exactly. Healing my gate is just a bonus. But I do understand you're just worried about me, Rem.
Yet you still push yourself. I understand. Looking after you is also a part of Rem's duties. Miss Amelia and Lord Roswell did leave you in my care after all. Please leave everything to Rem.
Yeah, that'll be a big help.
So, what exactly will we be doing? Have you formulated some kind of plan?
For now, I think we should pay each of the royal candidates a visit. Do you know anything about them?
I'm not acquainted with many of them, but I have heard about the types of people they are. There are Miss Melty and Miss Cruchet, both of whom we met yesterday, the chairwoman from Kararagi, Miss Anastasia, and the aristocrat of Lagunica, Miss Priscilla. With 5 candidates, the royal selection will be a battle between Miss Amelia and those 4.
Rem counts out the candidates on her fingers as she fills me in. However, the truth is a bit different from what Rem currently knows. What I mean is, Felt will be revealed as the 6th candidate at the briefing that will be held at the castle tomorrow.
According to Tiga, the order in which Felt and Melty were found is different depending on who you talk to.
Why would you say that out loud, Subaru? Either way, since the announcement would take place tomorrow, that part isn't really important.
Anyway, I want to pay a visit to the other 2 candidates, but...
But?
Both are pretty quirky. Or rather, they have some more worrying qualities about them.
I won't let candidates, Anastasia and Priscilla are the trickiest to deal with. Anastasia is a businesswoman, and I know I'm no match for a verbal duel. On the other hand, the issue with Priscilla has more to do with her personality, and I have no idea if she'll even listen to us. But if we talk about the fake 6th candidate and all that, there's plenty of reason to suspect the 2. As I thought before, if the 6th candidate is vying for the throne in the place of the real one, Amelia and Felt are at a disadvantage from the beginning. Amelia is a half-elf that everyone hates for some arbitrary reason for another, and Felt is an orphan from the slums. Going out of the way to make either of them out to be the imposters, like giving up on a winning from the get-go. I still believe Amelia has what it takes to win, though. Logically, that means the imposter is one of the remaining 4. Among them, I've already seen for myself that Cruchet and Melty aren't faking anything. Are you sure about Melty? I still think it's Melty. That's why the last 2 are the most suspicious between them. The most suspicious one is...
Anastasia was attacked by Wolf when she was with me.
I honestly don't remember much because I was so frantic back then, but it didn't seem like Anastasia was acting. If Wolf was targeting the royal candidates and Anastasia was the one he was after, she can easily just fake it! Wait, I think it through the point, then I realized something. Wolf's position in all this is completely unclear. Because of the tragedy that occurred at the royal capital from last time, I think he's part of the witch cult and one of Pedagius' comrades. But if that's the case, why would Wolf go after Anastasia? Aren't the royal candidates unrelated to the witch cult's objectives? Oh.
Could it be that the 2 aren't affiliated? Even though they were both at the scene at the same time, were they actually not working together?
What if we're just all fake candidates? If I think back on it calmly, I may have subconsciously considered the fake candidate and the witch cult to be unrelated issues. Honestly, I don't know what the witch cult's true goal is, but thinking back on Pedagius' crazy behavior, he doesn't seem like a terrorist attacking a nation with a purpose. Their scope is much narrower. They're more like a group of hopeless deviants. With that in mind.
With Anastasia being a target, it shouldn't be a bad idea to warn her.
It appears you have made up your mind, Subaru.
Literally, Subaru's just thinking all this shit and Rem's just like, oh, yep, he's on another tirade again. Okay, I'll just wait. Rem has been patiently waiting next to me for my response as I mull things over. I give her a firm nod.
Yeah, I've got a plan. Let's go visit each of the candidates, starting with Anastasia.
Understood. However, it is unclear whether she is still in the royal capital.
About that, I've actually got an idea where she might be.
Oh my gosh, the lunch tavern.
But how?
Oh, right. Roswell gave me a heads up.
I see. As expected of Lord Roswell. Rem admires how Subaru makes such good use of his advice.
I love how Subaru just has to bullshit talk sometimes.
Isn't that a bit much? And so, here we are at the tavern I had in mind.
A tavern? But the smell of food is more fragrant than the smell of alcohol.
Yeah, they serve lunch during the day. It's apparently only in tavern mode at night.
It's too bad I've never visited the tavern at night, but since I can't drink, I don't plan on doing so anytime. Wait! Oh! Is this the same tavern that's in the shop with the appas? Yo!
Putting aside this place's business model, the objective of our visit is...
I look around the inside of the tavern. When it comes to finding Anastasia, this is the only place I know. The main problem, however, is that she'll actually be here tomorrow, not today. It'll be great if she's here today too, but...
That'd be too much to hope for, huh?
Ryder's about to call it quits.
Whoa!
Sorry for bumping into you. I should have watched where I was going. I hope you're okay.
No, it's fine. Wait, you're...
Mister, do you know Mimi? Have we met somewhere before? I can't remember at all.
The cat ear girl, rather the cat girl in front of me laughs, and I immediately recognize her. Plus her name is easy to remember since she refers to herself within the first person. Oh, that's right, she's...
Hey, Mimi! It's not good to get in other people's way. I'm so sorry about her. I hope she hasn't injured you or anything.
Hi, Anastasia, let's talk.
My lady! Mimi didn't do anything! It was just a tiny bump! And I even apologized right after! I've grown up so much!
Yes, I'm glad you apologized right away. But make no mistake. Whether or not you receive forgiveness is entirely dependent on how the other person feels about your apology.
What? That's super serious! Hey, mister, are you the kind of person who can't forgive Mimi?
Subaru's dumb face.
Mister?
Subaru? What's wrong?
Huh?
I...
It's not I.
I-
It's Mimi! That's Mimi's name! Say it if you understand!
I found you!
I found you, oh my god. Huh? That's so convenient, but I don't know, I kinda love
How
that.
interesting. So you're saying that you, Natsuki, and Rem here are both from Amelia's camp?
Yes, that is correct. We apologize for the sudden intrusion.
It's fine. This isn't my home or anything. And we just happened to run into each other at the same eatery. That's really all there is to it.
Anastasia then has us sit at a table and then talks with us. I'm really glad how things turned out, but...
With Mimi bumping into you, we must have been brought here today for a reason. I'm a firm believer in fate, you know.
Ooh.
Oh, I see. I didn't expect that from you. I thought all you merchants were more pragmatic.
Of course, being grounded is important. I run a company, and I won't get anywhere with intuition alone or by reading the weather, but once you've exhausted all your wits, it can be exactly those superstitions that affect the outcome at the end of the day.
I just realized Anastasia's not in her, like, fancy outfit. I don't know why that thought just came to me now. She has two different outfits, wow.
That's why I don't take things like luck or prayer so lightly.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't trying to demean you.
It's fine. I'm not mad or anything. I'm only saying that there are such ways of thinking out there.
Yeah, wasn't her hair clipped like blue? Huh. With a cheerful smile, Anastasia lets me off the hook. Her smile has a sense of elegance to it.
Hey, my lady! Mimi wants more hamburgers! Can I buy some?
Oh, what does a hamburger look like?
That's fine. Run along. Eat as many as you'd like.
Oh, that's nice.
Woohoo!
Again, a hamburger with a giant side of rice is what I'm thinking.
It seems she really likes the food here.
Yep. I brought her once, and she's been hooked ever since. At this rate, I'll have to bring her here every day while I'm in the royal capital.
That's probably not a good idea.
Why not?
I speak without thinking, but of course Anastasia would pick up on it. Her turquoise eyes stare right through me. I swallow hard at her gaze.
Well, for example, if you ever develop a fixed pattern of behavior, won't some bad people figure out your routines and come after you? The royal capital can be pretty dangerous.
Oh, nice save, Subaru.
Could it be that you're worried about me, Natsuki? Was I wrong in assuming that you only cared for Amelia?
Mealy will always be my number one. But these are two separate things we're talking about here.
Are they now? It may be strange to say, but if I were out of the picture, would it not be beneficial for Amelia?
Man, Anastasia's voice actor has a nice voice too.
I guess, when you put it like that.
I get where Anastasia is coming from, but I don't even want to think that. Besides, I already saw it with my own eyes. Anastasia and Amelia talking on friendly terms and enjoying themselves. There's no need to hate each other just because we're rivals, so it's not like I want Anastasia to just disappear.
Sorry, that was silly of me.
Huh?
I didn't expect you to look so sad. You're such a strange boy, Natsuki.
That is one part of what makes Subaru so wonderful.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I guess my face looked pretty pathetic
I like how
just
she
now.
calls him Natsuki too. It's our first meeting, at least in her eyes, so it must have been pretty bad for her to bring it up. I knead my face with my hands as I turn to face Anastasia again.
Well, I'll keep your pathetic face in mind, along with your warning to be careful. Oh, and by the way, how'd you know I'd be in this tavern today?
Ah, that's a trade secret.
Trade secret? What are you going on about now? Are you trying to stonewall me out of the most important part? Oh, or are you challenging me? You want me to extract the information out of you, huh? That's awfully bold of you.
Her smile exudes an intensity so strong, I hurriedly shake my head and hands in denial.
Wait! That's not what I meant! Your face screams that you have all sorts of ways to get whatever information you desire from me.
I do have all sorts of ways to get whatever information I desire from you.
She's such a nice
You actually
voice.
said it?!
Miss Anastasia, Subaru is quite terrified, so I ask that you please put an end to your jokes.
But he's so receptive. It's just too much fun. Oh, no need to get so upset, Rem. How frightening.
Then, after laughing for a moment, Anastasia takes a small breath. Then,
So, what are you actually here for?
the air about us changes it dramatically. Yeah, the music just changed.
How do I put this? Great people have a particular aura about them when you cut right to the chase.
I try to hold the goosebumps as much as I mutter under her pressure, which rivals that of Couché's that I experienced just yesterday. Meanwhile, I mentally prepared myself. If I don't, my own willpower will crumble underneath the weight of the pressure. Once I'm ready, I lift my head and compose myself. You know, this would be a really good minigame or something. Like, if Subaru has to face each candidate with, like, a mounting pressure, like, you could have each candidate be like, oh, Subaru, stare, and then, like, you can have a minigame with Subaru just trying to avoid their stares and keep his conviction. Like, that would be really cute or something. I let out a laugh and continued the conversation.
It's simple. Someone is targeting you, Anastasia. I wanted to give you a heads up.
Huh? So I'm in danger, eh?
The guy after you has some weird fashion sense, all dressed up like some sort of clown. But it isn't Roswell, just so you know.
My, what a surprise. For a moment there, I thought you were declaring war against me.
Man, Anastasia's just literally ready for anything, huh? Images of Roswald and Wolf appear in the back of my mind, and I note their shared troublesome characteristics. They're both eccentric, but that's for sure.
Though, unlike Roswell, this guy is extremely dangerous and problematic. So,
You wanted to warn me about this danger. This is very unexpected.
huh? You're not surprised, Anastasia? But you're on someone's hit list.
Even after telling her of the threats she faces, she doesn't show any fear of hit of surprise. It makes me uneasy.
Don't tell me you think I'm joking. Well, I'm not. This is a very real threat.
Oh, don't get the wrong idea now. It's not that I don't believe what you said, Natsuki, but this really is nothing to fret over.
Nothing to fret over.
Are you referring to your Iron Fang?
Rem, who'd been mostly sitting quietly for now, throws a hat into our conversation.
Iron Fang.
They are my company's private military force. Mimi is one of their rank. She may look cute, but she's actually the deputy captain. She didn't just come with me for a stroll. She's also serving as my bodyguard for the day.
I've seen the Iron Fan in action firsthand, so I know what they're capable of, especially how reliable their members are, like Ricardo and Mimi.
Subaru, it is likely Miss Anastasia has experience being targeted and is aware of such situations, considering her position.
That's why I have my own private army, my cute little kids. I appreciate the warning, Natsuki, but this isn't something that needs more attention drawn to it.
In a position like hers, she's often on a rival's laundry list, so that understands why her private army for self-defense. I understand her reasoning behind that, but...
He's different from your run-of-the-mill assassin. I really don't think your Iron Fang would win against him.
Mister, did you just say that we would lose?
The next moment, the tip of her large staff is thrust up my throat. I didn't even hear the girl return.
Mimi and everyone else are super strong. We do our best for my lady, and we definitely won't lose. So don't say that. Bad.
Miss Mimi, please lower your staff. Rem is also not here just to accompany Subaru.
Oh?
Rem pushes the end of the staff away from my throat, but she has a threatening look in her eye, clearly ready and willing to fight. The two stare at each other down, and things turn tense as if they're about to go on any second. It feels like a fight is about to break out. I swallow hard.
Yes, that's enough bickering. Mimi, put your staff away and come sit on my lap.
Oh, it's so cute.
You say so, my lady.
After that, Mimi happily jumps into Anastasia's lap. The tense air disappears, a weight seemingly lifted off my shoulders.
Subaru, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Good job on holding back, Rem.
Dude, Rem is such a goat. Oh, she's so cool.
It was still a dangerous situation. If Mimi weren't so cute, Rem's patience would have surely run out.
I guess it's important to look cute, huh?
Sorry if my Mimi surprised you, but you should know well by now. This is just how Mimi is. And so are all the others, too. I trust in my Iron Fang. They'll protect me from any threat. So, while I'll consider your warning, Natsuki, rest assured that no matter who comes for me, they will be repelled. That is my answer to you.
In that case, All I ask is that you keep more guards around you. Then, at the very least...
There's no need to worry about that. After all,
Anastasia smiles as she slowly looks around the entire tavern. Then,
they're always with me.
wow, look at all these boys, cats. At her prompt, every single customer in the tavern stands up in unison. Seeing them all look in a general direction, I realize that they're all beastmen. That means they're all part of the Iron
I
Fang.
see. So I was just preaching to the choir, huh?
I'm not sure what that means, but does this reassure you, Natsuki? Thank you for your time, and for being so considerate. I've come to know you quite well now, so do come see me if you ever need anything.
Everyone's so nice. They're just like, hey, you talked to me once and we're good.
Of course, if it's something I'm particularly interested in, I'll gladly put a stake into helping you.
My lady, is he a guest of honor or something?
That's right. He's a very important client of mine. Good job remembering that phrase.
Yay! Then he's Mimi's important client too. If you're ever in trouble, you can come talk to me too, mister.
What about Amelia? Overwhelmed by all this, Rem and I typically leave the tavern.
You were, how do I put this? Quite amazing.
That's one way to put it. But I agree. So, that's the real Anastasia.
I know it's only logical that it happened, but the way they treated us was much different than when Amelia was around. It's enough of a difference to know that I'd honestly be surprised at how kind she was toward Amelia.
I still managed to warn them, though I'm unsure if they took it seriously.
At the very least, they did not outright ignore your warning. Miss Anastasia does not appear to be so intolerant.
If that paves the way to something greater, then I'd have no complaints.
I can't tell if the impression we left on Anastasia from our meeting today was good or bad, or if it had any influence over her. She doesn't think I show her any ill will, at least.
Can't rule out the possibility that she'll think I'm incompetent if I come to her with useless information. She does seem like the type that has no patience for incompetence.
Since we're not part of her inner circle or anything, we'll be evaluated by how much we can bring to the table.
Telling her about the assassin didn't do much, so we'll have to prepare something more suited to her palate next time.
But what could she possibly want?
She's a merchant, so maybe something she could profit from.
I'm positive one of your outlandish ideas will resonate with Miss Anastasia.
Thanks for the support. That was you being supportive, right?
In the end, it isn't clear whether my meeting with Anastasia yielded any results, thus...
Next is Priscilla, but...
Is something worrying you?
Well, if you ask me, there's nothing about this that I don't find worrying.
I've only met Priscilla the once, having the pompous exchange with me in front of the Appa cellar stall. Even though it was just once, she left more than enough of an impression of being a pain to deal with. And that guy with the helmet, Al, was it? Including him, they're the strangest people I've met, bar none.
I honestly don't know where to start with them. Do you have any ideas, Rem?
This is not my forte, but I believe it would be rude to make an appearance without a gift in hand. If you know of anything Miss Priscilla might like, it would be a good idea to bring it with you.
All the Appas.
Gift, huh?
The Appas, come on, man.
What would she like?
The Appas. We only met once, so I can only go off the impression she left behind. My impression of Priscilla.
She's gorgeous, selfish, and conceited. She's also very eccentric, ignorant of the world, and red.
Red, you say?
Yeah. Very, very red.
So something red that Miss Priscilla would like.
Appas, man, come
Pretty
on.
tough. Wait a
Subaru,
second.
come on. Talking it out like this makes you realize the one red thing Priscilla's interested in. And that very thing is... Appas, come on! I play this game!
What's up, kid? So, you like this place enough to come back, do you?
Oh, you remember me this time. I must be moving on up in the world. I never thought the day would come that you'd recognize me.
Don't make it sound like I can't put a face to a customer. It ain't easy remembering someone who only came by once over a month ago. Ah, but the pretty girl you've got with you is different. I always remember pretty faces.
Thank you. But please take a good look at Subaru. His gallant appearance is not so easily forgettable after a passing glance.
I don't know about gallant, but some people have
Gallant.
said my eyes haunt them in their dreams.
I don't agree with the young lady, but you've got a messed up sense of humor, kid. Anyway, you came all the way out here. Am I wrong in thinking you didn't come just to chat?
Of course. Or, well, I want to say that, but...
But... Oh, right. Your message. Don't worry, I passed it along. His expression changed when I told him, though. Not sure what that was all about.
I understand your curiosity, but it's not something I can talk about openly. Sorry.
It doesn't bother me. Nothing good comes from sticking your nose into other people's business anyway. Besides, the old man helped me out once too, so it's no problem.
Then I won't pry either. Who cares about what happened between two old dudes anyway?
What?
Shut it!
Sir, about our business here.
Ah, right. So, what do you want? You are buying something, right?
Yes, we're paying customers. Relax. But before we do, I want to ask you something. Have you seen a princess in red walk by here today? Or maybe yesterday?
A princess in red?
I know it's really vague, but how else do I describe her? Once you hear that, you know exactly who Priscilla is. I decided to get some apples that she found so interesting as a gift for her when we visit her. But if she's already stopped by here and bought out the shop already, it'd be pointless. Fortunately, the stall still hasn't closed, but so there's no traces of Priscilla bulk purchase here.
So, did you?
I'm not getting it. Who is this red princess you're talking about?
Seeing him shake his head means he doesn't really know her.
Never mind. If she didn't immediately come to mind, you must not have seen her.
I still don't get it, but what does that mean for you? Are you not gonna buy anything if this red princess of yours didn't stop by?
The opposite, actually. If she did pass by, there'd be no reason for me to be here right now. So, in that case, I'll be taking 10 appas today, too. Everyone loves when I bring them a good batch of these.
Well, that's great. I'll get
He's
them ready
just like,
for you.
yeah, whatever, just give me money.
Thanks.
Appas as her gift. Will they really be enough?
I get why you're worried, but this is our best shot. These will whet her appetite for sure. Although, the reason she's interested in them is a bit strange.
Either out of ignorance or her noble upbringing, she doesn't know about a whole unappealed appas. If I emphasize the point, then she should be excited to take them.
Now, let's just hope the manor Al told us about isn't empty.
Why, if it isn't Subaru.
Sakura?
That voice.
That's right. It's me, Sakura. Do you remember?
That's right, it's me, Sakura. Do you remember me?
What a coincidence meeting you here like this.
You've got that right. Subaru and Rem, was it? So we meet again.
Sakura, who I met rather unexpectedly, shows us a soft smile. She had come to Rosewald's manor as an emissary along with Tiga, but I was unable to meet with her at the church yesterday.
It is a pleasure seeing you today, Miss Sakura. Thank you for your visit to our manor as an emissary the other day.
Oh no, that's just part of my job. Did you two come to the royal capital for business too?
Yep. We went to pay a visit to the church yesterday, but...
Yes, I've heard about that from Melty and Tiga. Oh, that reminds me. You've heard, haven't you?
Huh? About what?
Oh, come now. Don't be like that. About Melty, of course.
Oh, that. It was more like Melty blurted everything out on her own.
How could I be able to contact them while hiding the fact that I know Melty is a royal candidate? I was really concerned about that, but Melty being the airhead she is letting slip everything out, which was rather convenient for me.
Well, secrets always find some way to leak. It's not as if we could hide it forever anyway.
You mean...
Sakura surprises me for a moment. It's almost as if she's talking about what's to come tomorrow. Tomorrow they'll discuss the delay of the royal selection at the castle. Does Melty's camp know about that already?
Well, it makes sense for them to know about it. I guess?
Tiga mentioned it before, but Melty was the last candidate to make herself known. Because of that, they accepted the responsibility of delivering the news to Rosewald. If, during all this time, they were focused on, they were in frequent contact with the Council of Wise Men, they may have heard something they weren't supposed to yet. Oh, on top of that, the mediator of the civil officials, Rickard, is one of Melty's sympathizers. I wouldn't put him past letting a few things leak out here and there. That's why.
The secret couldn't be hidden forever. You can't stop people from flapping their gums after all.
My, what an interesting expression. Flapping their gums.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Sakura nods along with my statement, but she can't. Oh, I just read that wrong. Sakura nods along at my statement. She generally gives off a gentle impression, but the air about her has become tense.
Miss Sakura,
What is it?
what business do you have here? Is it in regards to the royal selection?
No, not at all. I was dispatched as Melty and Tiga's overseer, after all.
Overseer?
Their overseer?
I didn't know that. Melty and Tiga are childhood friends, so I thought you were just as close to them.
Oh, don't get me wrong. They are quite dear to me. However, I follow the will of the church above all else.
Ooh.
Well, to be exact, I obey Mother's wishes.
Ooh.
Mother? Is your mom some bigwig in the Transcendent Dragon Church or something?
Oh my, aren't you a curious little thing? If you keep up this inquiry, Rem and Miss Amelia will broil in jealousy, you know.
I will not be overridden with jealousy over this. Even if I was to be broiled, I would be broiled to perfection.
That is so funny. Oh my
That's an
gosh.
interesting expression.
Well, anyway, while I support Melty, I have no reason to fret over her campaign.
But the church wants Melty to succeed, right?
I won't mention anything about our goal of becoming the next ruler, considering where we are, but even without mentioning it, it's still implied.
At any rate, the royal selection will make a decision before long now. Call it a hunch.
I'll keep that in mind. Let's do things honorably and duel this out fair and square.
How are they gonna vote for everyone, too? Is it just like the same thing with, like, in the world now, you just do it by paper?
Very good. Though Melty and Miss Amelia are the contenders, not us.
That's true, but still.
I scratch my head at her candor.
Well, I don't want to intrude and be on the receiving end of Rem's glares any longer. So I'll be going.
Rem would never be so impolite. But thank you for your
Ren
consideration.
would never do that.
How very cute. Now you be careful, Subaru. Treat a girl wrong and you'll come to regret it later.
If you mean Rem, then I already know that firsthand.
I've been on the receiving end of Rem's torment before. It's never been firmly embedded in my mind that making these girls angry never ends well. Can we buy the appas now?
She
Come
just
on.
didn't let up. Anyway, funny seeing her here.
Maybe she's watching us.
It would seem Sir Tika and Miss Sakura are advisors to Miss Melty. Rem was being cautious, but we should both be wary of letting any sensitive information slip.
I think we did fine. I don't remember saying anything I shouldn't have.
Even though I'm prepared for it, I don't think if I'll ever get used to probing others like that. I wonder if there's a way to make things easier.
Hey, kid!
Oh, whoa. What's up? You scared me.
Don't give me that. I already finished getting your appas together, so I was waiting for you to finish your little chat.
Oh, we apologize for not noticing sooner. We will pay right away.
Thanks. You know, my customers wouldn't be happy for making them wait so long. If I was busy, that is.
It's kinda sad that you'd acknowledge that.
Got it! Here's your appas and thanks for the business.
Pushed away by his intense voice, we shuffle off to our next destination. Alright! The state of the Red Princess Priscilla. Okay, pause here. I will see you in the next episode of Zero, so we'll be back sooner than later.